Hey gang, so this is your first video of the new year, 2020. Hope everyone has been enjoying the new year so far. Hope you've been safe and doing all the things you're supposed to do. One of the goals I've set for myself is really focusing on my self-discipline and understanding that the only way to truly focus on that and to get better is to rely on God. A lot of times we take on New Year's resolutions, and they end up being things we try that we quit, that we just, whatever, it's too hard. It's just difficult. I'm not going to do it. I don't continue with it. I'm not having any fun. So if you really want something to stick, you really have to put your trust in God and ask Him for help. Rely on Him, because that's what He's there for. I often think back to as the new year changes, we think that it's a new beginning a lot of times, when in fact a lot of times we're still carrying stuff over from the previous year. And what the new year does is gives you a chance to make a choice to start over. In other words, to take a lot of that baggage you're bringing over with you and either cut it off or figure out a way to stop the bleeding. In other words, just to bandage that up and move forward. I know that that may seem hard to do, but I look at it this way. As a supervisor, I remember rating people, and I remember getting rated by other supervisors, and we had a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the highest, 3 being the middle of the road. And no matter what, like when I would get a 5, I get the highest rating. And when the new year would roll over, my supervisor would be like, okay, we're going to start off the new year. Here's your things, and then you're back at a 3. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on. So did I just turn into a pumpkin at midnight? And what happened? How did all of a sudden I was doing so well that now you're taking me back to where I'm just average, and so when I became a supervisor, that I never did it that way, that if you were a 5 finishing up the year, then you're starting the year at a 5. Your job is to maintain that. And the only way to maintain that is through self-discipline. So as you're going through and starting a new year, whatever your rating was at the end of the year, it could be great, maybe not so great. One way or another, you're carrying it into the next year. Now you have to make the choice to be more disciplined and find a way to overcome the obstacles that are still lingering. I look at it this way: if you're sick on New Year's Eve and maybe you have the flu, then guess what? New Year's Day, you probably still have the flu. So you're gonna have to continue to battle through that. You can't, nobody's telling you to quit. I'm just telling you that the battle's not over yet. You're not finished yet. And so by relying on God to get you through those things that have started, so that you can see them all the way through till victory, you have to rely on Him. You have to honor Him. You have to say, God, I need you. You have to say, God, man, I cannot do this without you. So as you take on new tasks for the new year, as you finish up tasks for the old year, or maybe, that, like I said, last year didn't hit its peak and you're in this valley and you feel like you're still going down, well, don't quit. Hang in there. It is a new year. It's a time for change. It's a time for new things to happen. And it's also a time for you to seek Him, His wisdom, His love, and understand that the only way anything's going to happen is through self-discipline and the trust you put in Him. So anyway, have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you later.